What's going on, guys? My name is Arik and this is Dark Souls 2. And in this video I'm going to do a boss guide on the Darklurker boss. In order to fight the Darklurker, you will need to finish all of the Dark Chasm of Old. Their portals can be found in Shaded Woods, Drangleic Castle, and finally Black Gulch. You will need to be in the Pilgrims of Dark Covenant to be able to use the portals. It will require one human effigy each time you want to access a portal, except the very first portal you enter after entering the Covenant. So all of the three Dark Chasms can be a little bit difficult to get through, which is why I'm putting together a guide on all of them. Ideally, I wanted to get the Darklurker at the very end of that guide, but on the other end, I want a guide on all of the bosses, and it would be a little bit unnecessarily long if I decide to do that. So expect those videos, or that video of the three Dark Chasms within a day or two, 3 tops. So the boss himself can be quite difficult, especially if you have if you're a melee character. Ranged attacks, especially fire, can be very useful against this boss. He is weak against fire, which is why you see me using pyromancies against him. And that's why I am going to recommend 3 pyromancy spells, meaning that you 3 or 2 if you don't have the attunement. I definitely recommend bringing 2 spells with you. The most important spells is Flame Swathe and Firestorm. And if you have the attunement for a 3rd spell, I recommend bringing the Great Chaos, or the Great Fireball, or the Great Chaos Fireball. So what I'd like to do is to start off by using 2 Flame Swathes, or Swaths, or Swathe, or however you pronounce it. That will take off about almost half of the boss's damage, or the boss's health. And he should now preparing to split up. I don't know the exact damage or health he will split up into 2 Darklurkers in, but as soon as he does, just rush up to him and prepare to use your Firestorm spell. That will deal damage to both Darklurkers and pretty much kill it, or at least bring it down to very low health. So I definitely recommend using pyromancies. If you're a melee character, I'd recommend staying behind him or baiting him to use his beam attack, where he goes up in the air and shoots a beam at you. While he does that, you can run up to him and run behind him and just get in some attacks on him. And as you can see here, yes, sorceries is very good, even though he is weak against pyromancies, but I believe this is the character where I had I actually believe I had 99 intelligence on it. And Soulgazer is a very powerful sorcery, so if you're looking for a very easy way to do this, just be a sorcerer and cast some Soulgazers at him. Faith users, or people that use miracles, can also do it, because as I said, ranged attacks are very powerful against him. They're not pyromancers, but they also do quite a lot of damage. As you can see, I'll be using the lightning spear to take off, I think I have 6 or 7 lightning spears, and I didn't have to use any other spells. But then again, I have 99 faith, so my spell might be a little bit more powerful than yours, unless you have 99 faith as well. As for the boss's attacks, yes, I'm just going to read the attack names or moveset from the Dark Souls 2 wiki.com. I will put a link to the wiki in the description. So he's got a Shadow Blade attack, which is the one he'll use if you get too close to him. Just dodge away for the first one and or back, for the first swing, and then I believe you can roll to the left or maybe right. I just go for the left side to be safe. You can also just dodge back once more. It's got decent range though, so be a little bit careful about that. He's also got a teleport, which is when he just vaporizes and shows up in another place. It's not an attack, but it might throw you off guard. He's got a Hellfire Barrage or Barrage, which is the fire attack. He will spawn or create this a fire orb above his head, and it will throw, I think it's 3 fireballs at you. You don't even have to roll to dodge this. You can just walk to the side. So just do that. He's got a Dark Soul Bomb, which I'm guessing is let me see, which yes, is it's the one where he it's the Dark Orb, pretty much, where he creates a dark orb over his head and shoots dark orbs at you. I find it more useful to just run to one of the sides to dodge it. I never got hit by doing that. I can see how both of the fire attack and the dark attack can be a little bit difficult when there's 2 dark lurkers. But just try to run away and you might get lucky. He's also got a Dark Spear, which it says here that it's a simple non-tracking projectile similar to Soul Spear. He might have done it in the video. I can't really remember. I'm sorry, guys. But at least he didn't do it all that much. So I'll be more aware of his dark and fireball attack. So he's also got a black laser, which is the beam or the laser. Well, the laser beam. You see him using quite a lot. That's the most useful time to get in some hits on him. That goes for melee as well, as I said. So while you see him go up in the air, just rush up to him and get back him or behind him. When he's on the ground, just get in some hits. And finally, it states that he has an Abyss Blast, which says perform when the player spends an excessive amount of time in melee range. The Darklurker will cross its arms across its chest and generate an AoE explosion around itself with a large radius. Can cause knockdown. I've never seen this attack, I think, but I guess it's something similar to the Forbidden Sun Pyromancy, which is just a big fireball. I'd say just if you see him crossing his arms, just roll to one of the sides and you should be able to dodge it. And finally, some equipment you might need to, or you might want to use is the thunder, no, not the thunder, the spell quartz ring, I believe. I'm sorry, guys, let me see, I'll find the ring here. One of them is the Dark Quartz Ring, +1 or +2, which increases dark defense. Another ring I recommend is the Flame Quartz Ring, +2. Those, I'd say, are the most important equipment to use in these fights. Trying to find the most, the armor set that gives you the most dark defense, I'd say, is the most important. He uses more dark than fire, so I recommend trying to get more dark resistance. But that's pretty much it. If there's anything else you need help with, if there's anything you feel I left out, just let me know in the comments section, and I will see what I can do. That's pretty much been it. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll hope you've enjoyed. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.